And I'm joined now with Michael Keeran, the head coach of the PCBL League champion Albert Lea Lakers. So, Michael, obviously, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun talking to you on here. I remember when we talked way back in the winter about the team, and now coming back, kind of doing a recap. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely there. And if you can recall back in January, you still had a lot of months of recruiting, and even back then you put together a star-studded team. But back then it was all just optimism, and now we're in the end here. We're in about the second week of August, and we just got done with the season's 34-6 record, and we defeated the defending champ Storm Lake Whitecaps in the championship to bring Albert Lea, its first title.
Yeah, back then it was just a vision, and now to see that come full circle is pretty cool. I said way back then we had a great chance to win it. I thought we were going to win it. I had no idea we would put together the team we did. I mean, 34-6. That's incredible. It's near It's near 90%, around the 85% range of win percentage. And in baseball, that just doesn't happen much. You look at colleges and even professional teams across the board. That winning percentage. It's different than football and basketball. When you can have blowouts every night, but in baseball, anybody can beat anybody. That's the great thing about baseball. And to do what we did is truly remarkable, and it's just a credit to the booster club and the booster president, and my coaching staff and the players. I can't say enough about the players. Were just absolutely amazing, and the fans. And I'm so blessed to have this vision come to real life.
And one thing that a lot of people like to give you credit for was the recruiting process. Was the recruiting process that you worked months and even well into the season to bring guys in. You had a starting pitcher only for a couple games by the name of Ben Madison, went in the ninth round to the San Francisco Giants.
Yep.
You had a lot of players with D1 looks from the likes of like Kansas State and Vanderbilt. We got to ask, how were you able to bring together such an amazing team?
Recruiting is one of those things that I take a lot of pride in. I'm extremely excited to start a new job, and we'll talk about that later. But recruiting is something that I take a ton of pride in, and really it's just hours on hours of hard work and building connections, building a network, and you have to gain the trust of the players and the coaches to send you this type of talent. I don't know exactly how I did it. A little bit of luck, but a lot of it was just hard work and I mean, the type of team we brought in was just amazing. Like you said, having a guy go in the ninth round now in the minor leagues, and I know he's going to do big things. And we had a guy go pro before he even got here. Ryan Underwood, and I know he's doing pretty good in the Pecos League. And we have a couple others that are going to get some pro looks soon. So I think that. I think there's a bright future and a lot of guys on that roster from this year's team, either at the Division I or the pro level.
And without a doubt, you pulled out all the stops to bring that championship. And we know it wasn't easy, but, you also look up and down the lineup. You have guys hitting well over 300. It feels like every single player is a star player. And, you even brought in a brand new pitcher back when we had 2 games left, name of Axel Para, able to...
Yeah.
He was from a great program out in California. You probably know more about that than I do, but he came and he shut down, and we pulled out all the stops. Robin Allen able to come in late. We only had a 1-run lead to get the save because obviously, what was running through your mind during that 12-11 championship game? Because it was pretty back and forth all 9 innings.
Yeah, and I think that just shows the type of team we were. The first, game 1, we won 4-1. Like you said, Axel threw amazing, and then Rob came in the last inning and closed the door. First game 4-1, it was a lot of pitching and defense, and I think we had only 6 hits. It was a lot of timely hitting. And then game 2, I think every guy in the lineup. I think we had 8 guys in the lineup that night who had a base hit. In game 2, and we had, I think, 3 home runs, and our defense wasn't amazing. Our pitching was okay. but it was the bats that came alive. And yeah, the ninth inning, I wouldn't be lying if I wasn't sweating a little bit. I was calm and collective about things, but I was a little worried. But once we brought Rob in, I had faith. Rob, I think he had 8 saves this summer. He didn't blow one. Like I said earlier in a previous interview, I think Rob was the clutchest pitcher in the league. He just came in all the time with close ball games, and I think he's got a really bright future. He's got that closer DNA in him. His cousin is the closer for the Cleveland Indians, Cody Allen. So, I mean, I think for him, being able to watch what Cody's done in the major leagues really prepared him for what he was going to do for us. And, yeah, I can't say enough about Robin Allen. I'd love to have him back next year because the guy was incredible on and off the field. He's a stand-up guy, and, he had some good stuff. And, I think when I did the final stats yesterday, he ended up with like an ERA of 1.3. I mean, that's unheard of.
It's pretty shut down.
Yeah.
And even stats, me and you both like to look into the game of baseball to kind of dissect the player, and it all comes down to stats, whether you like it or not. But you had guys all year long that, like you said, come up in clutch situations. I remember earlier on this year, Josh Dutton hit it was a home run to tie the game in like the bottom of the ninth. Yeah. And obviously all year long he was our 3-hitter. He obviously provided a big hefty bat. Liam Spence, a consistent shortstop.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're obviously well, first off, with that being said, you have 3 titles as an assistant coach at Clear Lake, and now you have your first championship as a head coach for the Albert Lea Lakers.
Yeah.
Are you looking to come back to coach in the summer again next year?
Yeah, I talked a little bit to the league owner the other day, and I'm going to come back to the league. I don't know exactly where yet. I gotta really just sit down and think about it, where the best fit for me is. But I'll be coaching somewhere next summer, and whether it's an Albert Lea again or it's a different team in the league or a different capacity. I don't know. I mean, I know that head coaching in this league was extremely beneficial for me in my career, and that's something I want to do again. And like you said, about our players, I think Liam's an SEC Big 12 type of guy. I know Josh is a guy that could play in the Big 12, Big 10, or a Conference USA. I think he's gotten some looks from there, and I can't say enough about those two. And I've already got a couple Central Arizona guys lined up for next year. No matter, it depends on where I'm at, but I've already got some Central Arizona guys lined up for next year too. Right. So, yeah, the cupboard is not going to be bare next year, no matter where I'm at. So, we'll see.
Right, and obviously, are you probably going to try to reach out to some of the Lakers players to see if they would be able to return? Because if they come back or not, I believe every guy had a pretty special summer out there. When in the end we celebrated, we got the T-shirts, we got everybody that followed from the town, everybody. It was just a really special moment for those guys. Are you going to try to bring some of those guys back, see if they want to, try to go for a repeat?
I think that there's going to be a couple that I think are going to be interested. I mean, it really just depends on them. I'd love to have them back, but I think it's more on their end. I know a lot of them spent some time away from families and stuff if they want to play in the league closer to home, but the door's going to be open for any guy who is on this year's team. And a couple have reached out and haven't committed, but they've said I'll definitely think about it. And we had some seniors on the team that I won't be able to recruit again, and those guys were absolutely amazing, great leadership. But there's a couple guys that I'm definitely going to be hounding a little bit to come back because they were just so talented. They were just good guys. They were, and that's the thing that a lot of people didn't see on a day in and day out basis is how good some of these players were on the field, but how great of young men they were off of it, and they were a ton of fun to be around.
Yeah, and I think you kind of took into the recruiting process that I kind of noticed was you tried to find players that were a little bit like yourself, guys with that competitive edge, which I believe is something 100% you brought to you with coaching. Now, at times, that might have gotten under the other teams, on their coaches' skins, but, when they're losing by 10, they can't really say anything.
Yeah.
But, obviously, Was it still pretty as satisfying as it is playing the game to know you're leading an entire team, an entire dugout to just big wins on an almost daily basis?
Yeah, I mean, an old coach of mine, Fred Week, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame someday for the Iowa High School Football Association. He said, your players and your team are a reflection of the head coach, and I really believe that was true. We were the villain all year. I mean, we were the team that nobody wanted to play, but everyone wanted to be, I feel. We got into a lot of teams and coaches' heads because we knew we were good. We had a type of swagger about us, and it was fun to go back to, like you said, those Clear Lake days of, just absolutely running the table. And that success comes with a price, though. There was a lot of I think, jealousy towards us, but that's going to happen. I respected every team in the league. I respected every coach in the league. Got along with a lot of them. But yeah, I would be lying if I didn't say that there was some jealousy towards us, I think, or at least some, there was some feelings at times, but I think it was all in good nature, and I think our guys were respectful for the most part.
Right there. And to go back a little bit on your playing days, after you were on several great teams at Clear Lake, you came to Waldorf. You were a dual player, a pitcher and hitter. Obviously, you're going to be known throughout the record books for a long time. You set a batting record a net batting average about 450 your junior year.
Yeah.
You were a consistent leadoff hitter for the Waldorf Warriors and their baseball program. But now, you recently accepted a new job, assistant baseball coach to in-conference rivals, the Valley City State University Vikings. So now how does that feel to know you're going to be going in conference to a different team from your alma mater?
Oh, it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be tough to be away from family, but it's a great opportunity for me. That's another thing about building connections. Coach Olney and I always had a positive relationship when I played Valley City as a player, and I think there was a mutual respect there. I liked the way he coached. I think he liked the way I played, and I think my track record kind of spoke for itself. And Valley City was always a program that I liked playing. They played the game the right way. They played. They did all the little things right, which is something that I take a lot of pride in. They could always play great defense. They threw strikes. They put the ball in play, and I think that's a credit to Coach Olney and what he's done at Valley City, and I'm excited to be a part of it and hopefully build on the success they've had, but hopefully take that next step of being a top contender in the North Star. It'll be different seeing purple in the other dugout.
It's also be a far stretch from right here in Forest City, Iowa.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be different, but I'm very very excited to see what comes from Valley City and that opportunity being up there and facing the likes of Mayville and Bellevue, and it's going to be weird facing Waldorf, but I'll get used to it. I'm a pretty competitive person, and wherever I'm at, that's what I'm going to support.
Well, Michael, I just want to ask, you've had a tremendous summer. Not a whole lot left to be said, but a 34-6 record and the league title, two things you set out to be, was obviously the best team in the league, and without a doubt, it's got to be Albert Lea. Is there anything else you'd like to lay out on the table here?
I think that if you got to come out to the ballpark and see this league. It's a very competitive league, and there's a ton of good talent on there. Like I said earlier, I mean, I think 7 or 8 guys from our team this year are probably going to play professional baseball, and there's a couple others in the league from other teams that I think have that opportunity. And next year it's gonna be fun no matter where I'm at, and I'm excited. I'm gonna get, as soon as I know where I'm at, which will probably be in a couple of weeks, I'll hit the ground running again, recruiting wise. And yeah, I want to thank everyone in the Albert Lea organization. Want to thank every member of the league, and the players especially, and the fans. It was amazing, and I'm very blessed that I could bring a championship to Albert Lea, and and hopefully I can build on this going forward, wherever I'm at, or in a different team, a different league, or Albert Lea again, I'm gonna hopefully get the same result next year.
Well, what we caught was the start of a fantastic coaching career from a fantastic man in the sport of baseball. I was head coach at the Albert Lea Lakers, the 2018 Pioneer Collegiate Baseball League champions. Michael, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mitch.